My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the new game button of Inscryption. Oh, I can turn. In fact, I appear to be standing in the same place I was prior. Can barely see anything in this dark. It's a very far away candle. As I move further from it, it seems to become closer, or it's being obscured. So we got that button. Is there anything in this room with which to interact, or I suspect we need to now go back to the start screen and click. There's no alter deck to alter. I suspect we need to now go back to the start screen and then select new game, which is now available. Purging deck data, purging collection. Something Inscryption. In the beginning, the world did not know cards. This is the globe that's up on the back in the area. That is, until the day the scribes arrived. Each had their own method of inscription to create cards. Grimora used her quill to inscribe the epitaphs of the dead. Leshy used his wildlife camera to capture beasts. P03 used a particle scanner to copy the CPUs of robots. And Magnificus used his brush to paint his wizard pupils. With the cards created, the scribes had solidified their power. Until one day, a challenger arrived to replace one of the scribes. Are we gonna go for a full RPG now? Choose a starting deck to mark your ambition. So, we're choosing between the dead, beasts, bots, and magic. Let's take bots. We've interacted with no bots. Your ambition is to replace P03 and become the scribe of technology? Your ambition is to replace Leshy and become the scribe of beasts? The scribe of the dead, if we're Grimora. Or your ambition is to replace Magnificus and become the scribe of magics? Let's go with technology first. The cards were added to your collection. What is this we just heard there? In another voice. And it also gave us deliberate subtitling for it as well. Which puts us back in situ of the universe, like, of the recording, I guess. But this is the game. So we're starting to continue merging all of these. Woof. Woof. I was just about to call it quits out here. But now that there's a challenger in our midst, it's back to work for me. I should be able to get this bridge fixed in... Full disclosure, it'll take me exactly as long as it takes you to defeat one of those scribes. So, come back later. Will do. Okay, so we went for technology, which unfortunately is over that other side we don't yet have access to. Let's go with Leshy. 273. So it's got 273 over there. For the dog bowl, but that's where we find, that's the code for the, that's the code for the safe. You open that in order to get the stink bug, right? The stink bug and the key. Interesting. Nothing to remark upon there, apparently. No fish, no pause. Makes sense. Skull there, nothing doing. That's gonna be the prospector over that side. You pried the chest open and found a card pack inside. You received a beastly card pack. Okay. Salmon. Let's actually go top left down. Salmon, 2 sacrifices, waterborne. Also, at the end of the owner's turn, salmon will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Okay. Mantis God. Okay, so these are natural things as well. Things we recognize from the other. Yep, the adder has death touch there. Bolt Hound. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, Bolt Hound moves to that empty space. So this is like a, doesn't look like a Bones version. This is a new resource, I see. Force Mage. If an attack would, if a creature would attack Force Mage, it does not. Interesting. The cards are added to your collection. Take those. Dag nab it! That dang hound got herself lost again. You think you're getting past? Think again. Not till I get some proof my little girl's all right. Fine. Don't tell me there's like 4 other versions of what we just did. Like the in-world, like 3D version of it. Oh, forgot. 273. You take a stinking pile of meat from the safe. There is a faint odor where the meat once was. Okay, so we need to deal 5 damage on this board. So that is a moving blocker. Oh, we got a Mantis God, hell yeah. Okay, this bad boy cannot be moved. If I strike a blank space such as this, you will move there. You will also block that 1 instance of damage. This will then fly over, dealing 1 damage total. I should have explained that before I did it. I hope it gives me the ability to show it again. The drawer creaks open and you found a pack inside. A beastly card pack. Field Mice. When Field Mice is played, a copy of it is created in your hand. Nice. Another Mantis God. Raven. I've seen that before, as well as Ruby Golem can't be sacrificed. When the Ruby Golem perishes, a Ruby Mox is created in its place. How big is this card game? Adder. Mole Man, we've seen Mole Man before as well. Warren, love that. Ruby Golem, we've seen prior as well in a previous pack, and Bolt Hound. Okay, yeah. Ultimately, what I needed to do is make sure that the Mole Man didn't block a huge amount of damage, so I only had flyers attack on the left side of the board, and then I had my first attack that would penetrate through the back line, hit the Mole Man, because the Mole Man moves himself to that position, burrows themselves to that position in order to prevent that damage. And then the rest of the damage gets dealt through on the line where the Mole Man initially was. Hey, Leshy. So, I guess because I've chosen not to do anything with you yet. Stop shaking. The only thing you have to fear is your own inadequacy. Behold me. I'm Leshy, the scribe of beasts. We share a desire for you to challenge me. But first, I know what you're thinking. No, this is not my legendary camera. Not the one that I use to create beast cards. This one is a mere replica. You may use it to create photos of the beasts in these woods. My subordinates, the prospector, the angler, and the trapper, they each require a photo before they will consider battling you. Return to me when they are all defeated. No problem. So we got the meat. We're gonna put that there. That's gonna bait out the character, and then we'll take a photo. So now I have the ability to show the prospector that yours is safe. Well, I'll be darned. That'll be my girl. I'll let you pass me into yonder pond, but dagnabbit, first we gotta battle. Well, darn it all. Your deck ain't right. Get you at least 20 cards in it. Let me see. What's the game gonna do if I try and autocomplete? Get 2 Mantis Gods. They each only do 1 sack. That's so good. 3 Leap Bots. Leap Bot will block an opposing creature using the ebb. Sorry, 4 Leap Bots, and they're all 0/2s. I don't know where their summon condition is, though. 49er at the end of the owner's turn. 49er will move in the description. Big droid. Automaton. They have to be costing us some resource. But the thing is, if I don't play with any of those in the deck, I'm not going to know what resources they're costing me. Let's put a Warren in there as well. Warren's pretty good. Let's try this out. Yeah, you fixed it. Now let's battle, partner. Oh my god.
Yep, I'm POT Arab. You put me as my starter deck. That means you have to use energy. Do I really have to explain this to you? At the start of each turn, you increase your max energy.
I don't like doing that voice for that character. Robot voices are weird. At the start of each of your turns, you increase your magic energy.
Spend it or not, doesn't matter. At the start of your turn, your energy refills to the max. Get it?
Right, so it's like Hearthstone's mana curve system, effectively. You're gonna put a squirrel out on the board. Okay, that's the balance, I guess, over there. And turn, that'd be a Mox Crystal, I guess. Different resources. I wonder if in the 3D game we're ever going to get to play with the energy and things like that. If you do know the answers to these things, by the by, at least heavily spoiler text them if you're going to be talking about them in the comments down below. I'd appreciate it at the absolute least.
See that? You spent your energy to play that card. But you get it back next turn. Sick of hearing from me? Well, I'm sick of talking. I got important work to do. You'll see me later.
So obviously, let's get past the obvious thing. Sorry, I should have said it at the time. Obviously, this character looks like what the friggin' the Stoat was turning into after a number of deaths, and obviously Magnificus is the stunted wolf, because that was what the Jar of Slime seemed to be responding to. Obviously, each of those are one of the scribes, all of these kinds of things. We'll be exploring that as we go through. Don't worry, it has not passed me, though.
You'll see me later.
Well, I mean, that is actually kind of the voice I gave for the other character as well, so kind of was. Alright, and then sack you for the Mantis God to be able to deal 3 damage this time. Oh, that's a hammer, I guess, if I wanted to hammer something. Yeah, that's victory for us. Only had to do once. Fair's fair. You beat me like a dog. Take this. Some say these here cars are better than gold. You receive a beastly car pack. Another Uayali. Also got a broken obol, 3 bones. When broken obol is struck, the striker is then dealt. Okay, so that's good. That. Sentry drone. When a creature moves into the opposing space of the sentry drone, they are dealt 1 damage. An adder and a warren. Cool. That's right in your collection. The way to yonder pond is clear. Well, I mean, go to the pond, get the fish, go to the angler. Okay, it's making sense now. Take a photo of some fish. But also, let's see if we can hook you. Place the photo of bait on the line? I suppose so. Great fishing minigame there. I love that gigantic shark is just being held up by the flimsiest rod I've ever seen in my GD life. I bet that didn't used to say 273, but it had to get added because people didn't understand they had to use the same code from before.
Fish, fresh fish, good, still, must bite.
Get going then, bud. You're gonna be summoning a waterborne salmon, which is gonna be moving across the boat. I mean, I can get my mantis guy out. Don't know what this does. What's this does? I'm assuming it's a consumable. Do not know. Salmon moves to a new space. Okay, we'll put the 49er out and then win. Mantis God is so sick. I can't believe I drew 2 of them that early.
You beat, you pass. First, take.
That's the card pack. Crocol is waterborne. Also, when Crocol is played, it provides an energy cell to its owner. A mole. So seeing hybridized kind of things, you know. So effectively, I'm starting to think of blood. Well, not blood, because blood is a similar kind of cause, I guess. I'm thinking of bones, energy, mox, and whatever the water symbol happens to be. Which water symbol is blood, I guess. I'm thinking of those of like different kinds of mana, different kinds of like identities. Like your blues and your reds and stuff. And then having hybridized cards here really reinforces that. Frank and Stein. I do like that Crocol. Comes right into our collection.
I will continue. And fish for Leshy.
You do that, friend. Let's see what we can do about this deck, though. Because I've now the Crocol, which feels like a good replacement for something else that will otherwise need a sack summon there. I never put out an automaton for 3. That just never happens to me. Let's get some beaters out there. Sentry drone. I mean, that being a replacement for Elite Bot seems pretty good. At least one of them. Okay. Obviously, that's going to be the trapper out here. What with the trap? Patches of dried blood cracked as you pried the chest open, but 2 packs were inside. Oh, another Mantis God, baby. That goes in the deck. Ghost ship. Waterborne. At the end of the turn, ghost ship will move the inscriptions in the direction inscribed in the sigil and drop a skeleton in its old place. Squirrel Ball at the owner. Wait, hang on. Oh, Squirrel Ball will do the same, but for a sacrifice instead. Although it doesn't protect itself by being waterborne. Cards are added to the collection. Blow down Wholeman. Skillamagus. After attacking, Skillamagus perishes. If Skillamagus owner controls no Mox cards, Skillamagus perishes. So it's quite powerful, but you need to have some Mox for it. It's a joiner between the Mox and the bones. Another ghost ship. Cool. Let's tab and very quickly make a addition of a Mantis God to the deck. They also like the idea of getting at least one ghost ship in here. So we're playing with a deck of 22. Not back to the star screen. Of course not back to the star screen. We're gonna continue. So we have to, I guess, place this. Just ready. It's fine. You can do that though. No. Oh, damn it. So close. I worry that as soon as it's in a path, the money will decide to never do that path ever again. So you have to, like, actually put it in its way. Yeah, it's trying to stay basically as far from me as possible. Actually, if it's trying to stay as far from me as possible, is it me or the trap? Because if it's me, I move over here. Never mind, it was me. I don't know where the hunter, sorry, the trapper actually is though. I would have assumed on this screen. And yet in this instance, assuming makes just everyone an absolute jerk. I mean, I guess there is behind the house in this way, right? Ah, that'll do it.
You brought me a pelt.
I think this is the wrong side. I think this is the trader. You've brought me a pelt. I am pleased. Vet another turn of the skinning knife. It's time to set another trap.
I smell the hare's blood on you.
Next turn, they're going to be playing a burrowing trap as well as a bullfrog. Bullfrog blocks the opposing air sigil. Burrowing trap, when an empty space will be struck. Burrowing trap moves to the space to receive that strike. Also, when it perishes, the creature opposing it perishes as well. Pelts created in your hand. Okay.
I mean, this is a clear Mantis God turn once.
I'd love to put a sentry drone down in a position where it actually becomes relevant. Just like love doing 3 damage on turn 1. Mantis, good. Two Mantis Gods. Burrowing Trap digs down and pops out to block on that left-hand side. Manages to block all the damage. However, dang. Oh no. I needed this to be a blank strike because then if that was a blank strike and tried to hit a blank space, it would have to move the burrowing trap over there, so it would not be opposing my Mantis God when it dies, so just get the pelt. I wouldn't lose anything here, but instead I think I will. I mean, there is a creative way to do it. gonna move our Mantis God by sacrificing one of them to summon another. Burrowing Trap moves out. Dies. Tries to kill the opposing. There is no opposing. We kill.
The trap is short, and the prey escapes. And the trapper waits for the next victim. You've defeated the three of us now. Leshy awaits.
You've received another beastly card pack. Squirrel Ball. Mage Knight. Sapphire Mox can't be sacrificed. When Sapphire Mox on the board, it gives a blue gem to its owner. Mage control no Mox cards. Mage Knight perishes. Otherwise, it looks like it has Death Touch, but no, that might just be its death condition. Let's add it to your collection. Ooh, we can buy things from you?
You wish to trade?
Do I wish to trade? I have no currency, it appears. I would be able to buy a pack. I'd be able to buy a squirrel. Squirrel! You can start buying squirrels, actually. When Ouroboros perishes, a copy of it is created in your hand. Do it like that. Stoat as well. Stoat. Oh, and it's only a 1/2. So it got 1 health from whatever it joined with. The CO9, I guess. Okay. I know Leshy is waiting, however, I do want to optimize this deck a little, and I want to see. Darn pretty picture. Off with you. Right, so we're not just gonna get better, different shots from these.
Leshy want good fish, fresh fish, corrupted fish.
Fine, Leshy. Unfortunately, Leshy is actually going to be good, right? So we need to take some bad cards out of this deck, because there's a lot of those. Like, these thick droids are 1/3 for 5. Like, it's a late turn summon, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I need that many of those. Love to have an adder in this deck. The power level of this version of the game does also seem just a little bit lower. Obviously, because you can't do sigil stuff and or joining cards and things like that. Take a single Bolt Hound to round out the deck now. You have bested the unhinged prospector, the gormless angler, the enigmatic trapper. You found yourself standing before your ultimate match, Leshy, Scribe of Beasts. Your ambition is to replace PO3. Good. Though if you don't defeat me, you will not get that chance. Steel yourself, for my beasts will show you no mercy. Only fangs. Do not spare your creatures. My camera is waiting to capture them at the moment of their demise. And my beasts are famished. Great opening turn, though. We deal 2 damage when we take down 1 coyote. Your backline summon this turn is a mole. If I can push 1 damage this turn, which I currently cannot, we would be able to win. Yeah, now that mole is going to be a huge problem. Or will it? The only problem is I think this X2 means I am going to actually have to, like, that's the skull, and it's got in its mouth X2, so that means I think I'm going to have to kill the enemy 2 times here in order to actually win. So I don't think I want to make such a huge play as sacrificing 2 to put a Raven out on board just to secure lethal this turn. do it this time, though. Because now we're not sacrificing at least Mantis God. Nice work blocking that mole. You won't be needing those. I've something better. We never did finish your death card. There wasn't enough death. I hope you don't mind being my filling in the blanks.
All of my death cards are amalgams, apparently.
Oh, there's a grizzly on that board. Yikes. That grizzly will get summoned next turn. Because my Mantis God is going to strike 3 spaces, and the final space it's going to strike is going to be here, which means the Mole Man will be here, and the grizzly comes out onto the field, strikes. So my Raven deals 2 damage right now. Oh boy. There you go, Mole Man. Oh boy. The end of the turn. I'll move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Go for this. So we'll strike the Stoat, move ourselves over 1 space to be able to protect ourselves against the Grizzly's attack. The Mantis God goes here, strikes the Grizzly for 1 damage, strikes an empty space, which gets blocked by the Mole Man, then strikes an empty space for 1 damage push through, and then the Amalgam also pushes 1 damage through. So on the return hit, they manage to push 1 damage through, but we're 2 positive, so it's 1 positive. Ultimately. I mean, we do exactly the same thing again. This 49er is sick in exactly this position where there's a weak minion next to a strong one. Yep, that'll do it. Mantis God is incredible. Oh, the excess damage is being converted into foils. Foils. The Great Scribe was incredibly tested. Far away, a light enveloped a long-forgotten monument. You had triumphed. Narrowly avoiding tooth and claw, the scribe of beasts was defeated. That you were able to defeat me beggars belief. But now I must yield to you. My only regret is that our battle was so brief. Surely the summit of victory is made even sweeter by a more arduous ascent. You received a beastly pack. Got a croco in this, which we've also never drawn nor played. Waterborn, when played, gives the energy cell. Yep, there's the Grizzly. Skeleton, after attacking it, perishes. And Gamblerbot, activate. Pay 1 energy to set the power of Gamblerbot randomly between 1 and 6. That's pretty cool, actually. Likely quite powerful as well. There's another Mantis God for us. The Black Cat is very good here as well because battery low. $400 minutes on the camera, battery low. This is the camera. Wait, so with a camera recording this game in the meta universe, So we're gonna have to defeat the 3D version again in order to come back. Stop. What is that?
I had to see your face after you lost. You're just so bad. It's no wonder we're back here again. And would have been even sooner if the disc wasn't lost.
Would have been even sooner if the disc wasn't lost. And we've also seen the stoat before say of Maleficus, the stunted wolf, that they know how to reset this. So these characters, CO9 and Leshy, and they all appear to have knowledge of each of these different universes, these different dimensions. There we go.
Take a long look at this face, because you'll never see it again. I'm done being your pet, you stinking beast!
I pushed it too far that last time. Why don't they see to live as a beast would be the noblest thing, even so lowly a creature as a stoat? The scribe of beasts was defeated. And for the moment, to properly partition these, we are going to have the scribe of the beasts separated from the scribes of each of the rest of them. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Inscryption. Playlist is up in there in the top left. Also streaming past are names of lovely folk. Can't explain why, don't have enough time. Catch you next episode.